Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Daily Fitness Show with Dominique Jay. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at Daily Fit Show, on Facebook / Daily Fit Show. Everything's Daily Fit Show. # Daily Fit Show. Boom! You'll see everything. All right, so I don't have much time left, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into this story that I have. So here recently, one of the things that disheartened me was I went into the gym. Well, actually, let me tell you like this. I had these training sessions with my gym because of the 90-day challenge, which I'll tell you about all that in just a second. It ties in. So I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, I've got the best trainer for my body type. This is going to be freaking fantastic. He's going to kill me in these workout sessions. I'm just going to go in here and this is going to be freaking phenomenal. And you can't tell me shit about it because I know that he's picking out these workouts for me because I know him personally and he would not set me up for failure, right? So I'm doing the workouts. I'm like super hyped because I'm like, yo, this is like some stuff that I used to do when I played basketball. This is kind of cool, right? So then on our last workout session, I kind of hung around after the training session and I realized that he does the same workouts with every client. The exact same workouts. Nothing different. Same equipment, same everything. Even was saying some of the same things to keep the other person motivated, right? And I know you're probably thinking like, maybe it's a workout that works for everybody, whatever. But then I started thinking about like the goals that person has versus the goals that I have. Because we're two completely body types and I'm looking and I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's not trying to get me to where I want to go. Maybe he's just doing his job and that's it. Like, it's almost like the people that do retail, right? The people that show up to work and just kind of show up normally aren't the people that make your experience like, oh my God, this is great. I'll always shop here, right? It's the people who really personalize the experience that make you be like, yo, this is really freaking dope. I'm coming back here. I'm buying up all this shit. I can go to any other store, but I'm going to keep coming here because y'all made me feel like this was my store, And I didn't have a sense of that. So I felt really disheartened because I was like, yo, here's somebody who I thought had my better interest at heart. And then I'm looking around and I'm looking at all the trainers and they're all doing the same freaking workouts. And I'm like, you know what? That's crazy. That is freaking crazy. It's like there is no cookie cutter formula for everybody to obtain their different goals. My goal is to get beastly, right? Like, I want to be stronger. I want to be faster. I want to be like the ultimate Dominique. Like, woo, like I want them to be able to write a book about how awesome I become in this life, Somebody might not want all that. They might want to just get a little better at running on the treadmill, or they might want to just lose like 2 pounds, 5 pounds, something like that. The next person might want to gain weight. Like, there's just so many different aspects of things. And I know, like, generally speaking, there's some workouts that, you can kind of be like, yo, this is going to work for these set of goals. This is going to work for this set of goals. This is going to work for this set of goals. But it wasn't even like that. It was just like, all you mofos do the same thing. Do the same amount of time on treadmill. Do the same this, the same that, same. And it really low-key hurt my feelings because I was like, man, it's like growing up and finding out like Santa Claus isn't real, or all the things that you found out wasn't true. So anyway, I talked to some of my friends that are trainers. I said, yo, what's up with that? And they're like, yo, it's like that when you're in a gym setting because they don't have time to really sit down and evaluate you and really get to the nitty-gritty and all these other things. And I was like, okay, cool. But the other thing that pissed me off Yo, I went in to do my weigh-in for the 90-day challenge. And some of you know, some of you don't. I'm in a 90-day challenge with the same gym. And it's my midpoint weigh-in. So I get on the scale. I'm down to 210. Boom. Cool. I do the body fat assessment, which is like this little machine that you may have seen that you hold out in front of you after they put in your age and your weight and stuff and your height. The thing says 28.6, right? And I'm like, yo, that can't be right. I'm like just under 30% body fat. Like, how is that when literally, if you go and look at my pictures on Instagram and stuff, I have maybe like 10 more pounds of fat to lose on my stomach, and then everywhere else I don't really have fat like that. So I'm like, what's up with this? And I talked to the trainer, to which her reply was, are you being consistent? Come on, you guys. If there's one thing that you could ask me, you could ask me anything else. Don't ask me about consistency when it comes to working out, because I'm in that thing. I'm in that bitch every day, you know? It's automatic. And if I'm not in the gym, I'm working out doing something else. So it really pissed me off. So what I want to talk about for our Mythbuster is the damn body fat percentage. Because I know there are some of you out there that are using that same machine and getting these astronomical freaking numbers and losing your shit. Because you're like, yo, what am I going to do? Especially if it's moving that slow. If I went from 29 something to 28 something, so literally only losing like 1% body fat, and I've lost well over 30 pounds. So how long is it gonna take me to get this 10% off again? Like, it's crazy. So I want to talk about that. So the little machine that you hold out in front of you, I've got the consensus. All the trainers that I've talked to that do this and been doing this for a long time, that have clients that compete and have competed themselves, say that machine is a crock of shit. And the reason for that is because it does not take into account your body composition. So if you're 5'7" and you're athletic build and you have like a lot more muscle than you've ever had fat, then it's not going to take into account how much muscle you have for real. It's just going to automatically put you into this box of what it thinks that you should be based off of the body composition of a 5'7" person who's probably all of 120 pounds soaking wet. And that's not muscle, that's nothing. That's just them 120 pounds soaking wet. Can you imagine how messed up this thing is? For me, 6 feet tall, 200 some odd pounds, super muscular, I was pissed. So I went and had the other test done where they actually like pinch the fat. And there's like this little tool that they use, and they pinch the fat on your stomach at an angle, and they do it underneath your arm and stuff, and then they come up with the actual percentage of fat that you are, percentage of body fat that you are. And it's more accurate because it actually pulls the fat off of your body and tells you how much you have. Simple enough. Don't get discouraged, you guys. Just know that if you do the machine that goes in front of you, there's going to be some room for error with that because it cannot determine your full body composition. So I say, if you have access to it, go find one of the little machines, the ones that I'm talking about that clicks and pinches the fat. If you can't find that, there's facilities that actually tell you your body fat percentage by putting you in a pool, because fat floats. I mean, there's just so many different ways, but understand that body fat percentage is really one of those things that people can use against you, but it's really not a bad thing, okay? We just have to go and figure out what it is so we can know how much we have to lose. I'm running out of time. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure that you follow all across the board. Follow this podcast. That way you can know what's happening, know when the next one's up, and get on your way. Don't forget, you guys, don't make any excuses. Drink your water, re-rack those weights, and I will see you next time. This is the Daily Fitness Show with Dominique Jay, and I'm out.